Hi everybody and welcome to Robin's house. Today we're working on the technique from the Hey Handsome scrapbooking workshop. And what it is using, well, they asked us to use a molten copper metallic paint marker, but I don't have that. So instead I thought I would use this Gilt spray. It's kind of goldish with a little hint of orange in there. I think this will work just fine. So what it has you doing is on the first project, creating some flecks. So like when you use your shimmer brush and you paint some flecks. So we got some here and here, and then a little bit here and a little bit down here. And then on the second project, it has you coloring in. So this is a paint marker, so you can kind of color with it. It has you coloring in the inside shape of some of these stars, and it looks really cool. The third one doesn't use this technique, so you're free on that one. But I wanted to show you what I did, and then I'm going to show you what I think you ought to do. So as with the sprays, getting control over them is sometimes extra fun. And it didn't turn out how I wanted it to turn out. Number one, I had finished my layout before I did the Gilt spraying, so I just masked it off a little bit and then tried to spray it. It didn't come out really how it looks okay, but it isn't really what I was going for. Down here came out a little better. It looks pretty nice. And then on the second page, again, this bit in the corner looked okay, but it created quite a bit of overspray over here. And then this one down here is not quite what I had in mind. So I thought about it, and I think what I will try to do is, so I'm trying to get this here. I'm going to shake up my spray, and I'm going to use it with the top off and just try to, I need to use my, see, I'm getting some nice splats here. I need a big fat one. Look at that beautiful gold. Ooh, there's a nice fat one. So this worked out much better than what I had originally planned. So I need also some down here in this corner down here. Look at that. See if I can get a nice juicy one. I don't know how I did that the last time. Maybe let it pool for a moment and then splat. Okay, so there, I've got a nice area of splat for the first side. Now I need to take this off because it does show through. And then I'll do that second page. So what does the second page need to look like? So up here in the way corner. So again, I'll move that to the center of my page, get some splat on here. Just enough in here to create some interest. Ooh, big splats, nice. And then down at the way other corner, down here, so I'll grab my, down in this area, a nice big splat here on this area. And then some small splats. So I'm kind of hitting my arm here so that I get some small splats in there. Then I just want one more big batch right there. So there we go. We got one more anyway. So that is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to pause for a moment. And no, I'm going to keep going on because the other technique for the second page was to take these shapes, and I sprayed mine. Let's see if I got it here. I'm sure I do. Oh, look at how gorgeous this is. I sprayed mine, and it left it, the center of these are actually a totally different shape. So there's a shape within a shape. And I sprayed it, but I'm not going to spray it because then I have to clean my nozzle. So I'm just going to see how successful it is if I just put some color here on the top and let it pool like it did on mine. It pooled on the top, and then I just let it dry. I don't know how long it took because I let it do it overnight. And I just left it like this and let it go. So I'm going to leave that drying. And And I'm gonna pause for a moment so I can cut it out and give you an idea of what the finished paper looks like. Okay, so I'm all done cutting. So now I have my pieces. So I have my page 1 all cut off this edges, and I got my page 2 all cut off. So this one hasn't finished drying yet, but in that small amount of time where I spent cutting my pages apart, my pages did dry. So here is my new page 1, all dried and ready to accept my new placement. So now that I know where my stuff is, I want to make sure that I get some of those in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down just like this. And it's perfect now. I really like it with a little bit of splatter there, but it's not quite so overpowering. And then I have my second page all cut out. And let's see. So this one had some up in the top corner, which I will cover up a little bit. And then some down here on the edge. So that is how you save your project when you mess it. Oh, you can't even see. You just create a new thing. And this one was pretty easy because this was just kind of made in a clump. Super, super easy to just cut it out and re-add it to another page. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful. Happy crafting.